we are learning new details. According to law enforcement officials, there were 6 victims of that shooting, including one 6th grade student who has died. 5 people still in the hospital. 4 of them are students. 1 is a school administrator. Officials identifying the suspect as 17-year-old Dylan Butler. They say he was a student at the school. They also say that law enforcement officials found an IED on site at the school this morning. Once that shooting unfolded, they say the calls started coming in at about 7:30 a.m. They say that that has now been rendered non-threatening. They also say that the suspect has also passed away. He killed himself apparently of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. I want to bring in NBC's Vitali, who's going to join us in just a moment. But I also want to bring in NBC News terrorism contributor and retired ATF special agent in charge, Jim Kavanaugh. Ali, I see you are now in front of the camera, so let me, in fact, go to you first. You could hear the emotion in the voices of the law enforcement officials. Understandably, this is a school shooting that undoubtedly has devastated that community. What were your key takeaways from the press conference?
Devastated the community, Kristen, and I have to tell you that as I've been here all day, everywhere that I go, we stopped for coffee, we stopped for lunch at various places throughout this community. We've seen members of the community checking in on each other, some bringing sandwiches by the high school, trying to support law enforcement who were still here working at the scene. Others, you passed high school students, parents of high school students saying that they were just happy to see their friends' students' faces alive and okay. That's really what's happening here around this community as everyone is grappling with the reality of this. I mean, 4 days into the new year, the first day that they've been back after winter break, and classes hadn't even officially started yet. Of course, we already knew that from this morning's press conference. It was clear that this was something that happened before the first bell even rang here at Perry High School. But we did learn some pretty devastating new pieces of information, especially the fact that not just the shooter is dead, but the fact that there is one other casualty here and that the victim is a 6th grader. It's really just so sobering to hear that as a detail. Of course, other people are injured. They did not expect those people to have life-threatening injuries, but it does underscore the fact that even though there is an eerie sense of calm returning to the scene here, this community is going to have so many pieces left to pick up emotionally as they support each other through this time. I think the other thing that we learned here in this press conference that we hadn't yet heard is the fact that there was an explosive device. Law enforcement officials said that it was deemed safe, that it was pretty rudimentary, but that is something that was notable as well. It's been a slow trickle, frankly, Kristen, of information here on the ground in Perry. I think law enforcement both trying to protect the victims and make sure that their families were spoken to before they briefed media. But it has been a pretty slow stream of information. This latest press briefing giving us at least a better sense of what happened here today. But certainly this is a community that is reeling and will be for some time.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.